I'm going to show you how to make delicious spaghetti sauce that tastes like it's entirely homemade. But it's not. It came from a jar. The first step in developing flavor is taking a small onion, going ahead and peeling it and dicing it into small pieces. I'll then take these pieces of onion and set them aside for later. I then heat a large pot, and then once hot, I add some vegetable oil. Then I go ahead and add the ground beef. You'll want to use 80-20 ground beef. I really don't recommend that you use anything less than 20% fat because it'll really affect the flavor. I go ahead and use the spoon to try and flatten out the ground beef in the pot. I basically want as much of the ground beef to be flat and touching the bottom surface of the pot as possible. I leave it undisturbed to just sit without touching it. This is kind of how I prefer to brown the meat. After I've left it undisturbed for a few minutes, I then take the spoon and sort of flip it over so that the pink parts are touching the bottom of the pan again. And then again, I leave it undisturbed for a few minutes. I again use my spoon to try to really flatten everything out before I let it sit again for a few more minutes. You'll notice once you let it sit that that's when a lot of the meat juices really start to spring. Then afterwards is when I'll go ahead and kind of stir and mix everything together. This is kind of my preferred method to brown ground beef, and it seems to work well for me, so that's what I'm showing here. So once the ground beef is partially cooked and I still see some pink pieces, that's when I know I want to add the sausage. This is the brand I use, but I also just use the regular store brand from many different grocery stores. I go ahead and peel the casing just like this and then try and break the sausage into a bunch of little small pieces. Like I said, any brand is fine. I've used many different brands from different grocery stores and they're all fine. Well, okay, not Whole Foods. For whatever reason, the Whole Foods brand of spicy Italian sausage is not very good, so I would avoid that one in my opinion. I love Whole Foods, but not their spicy Italian sausage. So anyway, so I go ahead and kind of mix everything together, also trying to break the sausage up in pieces. And then next I'll add the diced onion that I had set aside. Once I add this, I again mix everything all together. From time to time throughout the whole process, I do kind of take my spoon and sort of break up the little chunks of sausage. You don't have to, it's just my preference. So I usually just break them up whenever I kind of see some big chunks. So I cover the meat to allow it to cook more fully and also generate more juices. And when I check on it, I see that it's come along nicely. The meat's basically completely cooked. So I stir everything together and then I basically get ready to season the meat. So I start first with some salt and then mix everything together. The description box below will have the details for the full recipe. Then next I actually add some Italian seasoning. I season my spaghetti sauce more heavily than I do my sauce for lasagna, but if you don't want all of these herbs inside, then you definitely can just use 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning instead of the 2 my recipe calls for. Again, I kind of break up the little pieces of sausage just because it's my preference. Next, I add some minced garlic and then I go ahead and mix everything all together. I do think it's important to season the meat separately and then also go ahead and season the sauce separately. This is what helps put lots of flavor. So next I'm adding the spaghetti sauce. This is jar sauce. You can use whatever type of jar sauce you prefer. I have my favorites, but you can use whatever you prefer. Jar sauce gets a lot of hate, and honestly, I think it's not warranted. I've tried in the past making so-called authentic spaghetti sauce with canned tomatoes, and I don't really see why that's any better or more authentic. I've even tried crushing the tomatoes myself, and that was a lot of work. So after I covered and allowed the sauce to sit for about 10 minutes, I add the onion powder, followed by some garlic powder. Then I put some dried basil, and I go ahead and kind of mix everything together. The key to making flavorful spaghetti sauce when using jar spaghetti sauce as a base is that you really do have to infuse a lot of flavor into the sauce. And then you also have to really give it a good amount of time to simmer and let the sauce develop. So after I covered the sauce and allowed it to simmer on low for an additional 10 to 15 minutes, the sauce is done. I check on it and I see the most beautiful, flavorful sauce. That was, of course, easy to make. Go ahead and add it to your favorite pasta and dinner or lunch is ready. You can check out the full written recipe for additional details. I learned to make spaghetti sauce pretty early. I remember as a kid asking for some spaghetti, and what I got was basically some spaghetti with some, leftover stew. I'm sure it's something a lot of Nigerian kids can relate to. So this is my recipe. Hope you love it.